That was pretty fucked up. I didn't know. Literally, right when I started the meditation, it shut down. And probably everyone has given up and no one's coming back, and that bothers me. That shows you how powerful. I'm serious. Like, anytime, anytime I'm doing something powerful, shit tries to fuck with me. So I'm gonna take a little more time to see if we can make this work. I know we can. Someone came back. Oh, yeah, no, this can work. We can make this work. Okay, it seems to be streaming appropriately. Really frustrating. Let's see. If you're here, I am going to do the meditation over again. I'm just going to try to alert as many people as possible so we can get the people who wanted to come back to do this, because it was a really good meditation that you all missed because YouTube. I mean, I don't know if it's YouTube or Restream or OBS. There's a lot of things going on. I'm trying to be back. Yeah. Hi, Gordon. I'm hoping it keeps working. Oops. Yeah, like right when I started the meditation, it was like, goodbye. So I'm just giving people a minute in case they can come back and try this again. Like I was saying, whether or not people heard me or not, like the shit getting in the way. Like, what is this crap? Okay. You got, and I try to tell people I'm very, how should we say this? I'm very blessed to be protected most of the time, and I have to work really, really hard, like spiritually and energetically, to get everything to work usually. I can't even explain most of it. It's been going on way before Rogue Ways, but when I started to do Rogue Ways, it got way more intense. The afflictions, the barriers which were meant to be broken. Oh, I love that. Oh, all right. Well, I'm going to do the meditation again because especially if it had that much blockage coming out, it's very much worth our time doing. So I'm going to get back into that space. It was a beautiful space. I'm happy to go back to it. I'm so sorry people missed it, but we're going to do our best to get what we can going on here. So if you're with us, be with us. And I'll throw that visual back up again. Just because it's a good one. And then we'll start. There we go. Whatever. Yay, people are back. Some people are back. Well, hopefully more and more people come back. Hopefully people check back in later to see. I really, okay, we're going to let that go. Blockage is gone. Here we are in the center together. So, as we were starting last time, I don't know how much you guys got to see. I think it literally cut off right when I started the breath work. So we're going to find our breath again. We're going to sit as however is comfortable. Feet on the ground, cross-legged, laying down, driving your car, walking, doesn't matter. Eyes open, eyes closed, doesn't matter. You do you. You are as present as you can be, and that is good enough. I close my eyes. I sit with my spine straight. I sit with my feet flat on the ground. When I'm doing this with you guys, when I'm doing it alone, I do sit cross-legged on the ground. Dude, the best way would be if you were like cross-legged on the earth with a waterfall next to you on a big rock. That's my happy place. So you can put yourself in a happy place like that if you want, but let's find our breath. And the breath comes in, and the breath goes out. And the breath naturally deepens and expands when we are with it. It naturally fills our belly instead of our chest. And naturally, our abdomen pulls in to expel all the air. And there's a beautiful balance there. We have the yin energy on the in-breath, receiving from the universe, filling us with light and energy and ether. And we have yang energy on the out-breath, where we send back out to the universe. And that balance is always there, and the expansion is always happening. And we just are more powerful and centered in it when we notice it. We don't force it. We don't push it. We're just there with it. We just have the yin and we just have the yang. And this balance is everywhere in the universe, and we are everywhere in the universe. That energy comes in and it fills our central channel, where the energy of the air and the air itself comes down through our central channel. It fills our belly and our whole body and goes back out. When we breathe into that central channel, we notice that it is swirling, swirling energy. It's always swirling, clockwise, counterclockwise. Might be different for each person. But it comes in and it's swirling, and it goes swirling down to our belly where it fills, and then it goes swirling back out. Maybe it switches direction, maybe it stays the same direction. We notice that swirling is part of the movement of all energy, and it's part of the power of our being. We notice that central channel of swirling with each breath in and each breath out has on either end of it a space in our crown where the breath goes up to there and swirls back down, and there's a space in our root. That central swirling channel and a space on either end. We notice then that swirling energy down our central channel comes swirling in through our crown, that space in our crown, and all the way down that channel through the center of our body and out through that space at our root. And it comes down and goes out and comes all the way back around and up, back to the crown. And this is that toroidal shape. This is our energy field. It is always there. With every breath in, we come down the central channel. And with every breath out, we go around the sides, up, the front, the back, the side to side, all of it in a big sphere back to that crown. Breathing in down the center. Breathing out around, and we see that same yin-yang energy. Wherever we find our breath, we can find these structures, find these patterns, the swirling, the in and the out, the center and the sphere, and the torus shape. And noticing it and being with it makes it brighter and stronger with every breath. This swirling, beautiful energy, and this is us all the time, everywhere we go, every breath. Very powerful. And in the center is our heart. Our heart is a little vortex, a little void of infinite energy and power. And just notice that. Center of our breath. Center of the torus, center of that central channel. We're going to breathe down now into that base, through the central channel, into that empty sort of space at the end of that channel near our root. We're going to breathe into that, and we're going to send our mind down below. See what kind of other energetic structures are around us. Go down into the earth, the depth. It's a beautiful depth. It's a safe depth. It's a good, rich darkness of raw energy. We go down here sometimes for various reasons, but this time we're going to notice the structure of the energy system that exists down there. And we start to see these like pools of watery energy. There's a little stream here. We can follow it to a little pool. And then it twirls around and eddies down into a further stream and rivulet, and then into maybe a big oceanic sort of sea of energy, and off into many rivers that lead out from there. And we notice this structure like plasma flowing through the universe, like watery plasmatic energy flowing beneath our feet. These are the dragon lines. These are the telluric currents. These are the ley lines. This is the plasmatic energy of the earth. It's an organic structure. It moves and twists and turns in all new ways all the time. We can follow it all the way through the earth, down into depths, across and around. And eventually we can see this is the whole entire planet filled with this energy. It is ancient. It is unstoppable. It cannot be destroyed. It exists forever. It is always flowing. It cannot be exhausted. It is infinite energy, swirling and flowing all down there. We're one with that energy right now as we're experiencing it, and we're going to bring it back up with us. We have these roots coming down from our feet, and these roots are going to drink of that energy. That watery goodness is going to come up through our roots and fill them with its light, up through that space at the base of our torus, up into that central energy channel until it reaches our heart. And it's going to fill our heart with this liquidy, beautiful, eternal energy. This structure is already built. It already exists. And we tap into it. And we are beautiful and stronger in connection with it. Just feel it filling your heart. Very powerful. Breathe into that torus field that we know is glowing so brightly around us, and now it's supercharged with this connection to this worldwide energy below us. You can see those two fields coming together and joining at your heart center, and now we're going to go exploring up that central channel into that space at the top of our toroidal field, and up beyond there, what sort of structure is above our torus field. And we go up, and we start to see a structure here as well. This structure is also organic. It's not boxes and little limited sort of shapes. It's arcing, beautiful energy like electricity shooting everywhere. We can see it twirling and arcing. It has some zigzaggy angles sometimes. They're all organic. They're all flowing. And they're hypercharged, beautiful, etheric energy. And we see the structure of that. We start to see this structure can go anywhere. We can follow it around through the atmosphere, through the sky, through clouds, all over the place. It's everywhere. It's everywhere, and we see, just like those telluric currents below, those oceanic plasmatic flows in the earth were all throughout all the land. We see this up here in the sky above, and the ether is everywhere, all around the planet. It's a living, moving energy. It's tapped into the eternal. It's unbreakable, undying, ancient, raw energy. And it has this structure, and it's everywhere. And we see how good and true and beautiful it is. It's filling our mind, and it starts to come down, and we invite it to follow the little tracings back to that space at the top of our torus, and like lightning, it comes down into our being through that central channel and into your heart, where you feel it explode in that energy. And here we find even more balance. We have the yin and the yang, the above and the below, meeting here in our heart, hypercharged with electricity and water meeting. And now we can see that shooting out from us. Shooting out to all the other people who are here meditating with us. Hypercharged each time we meet up with another, and there's so many of us. It's not just the people who are here right now, it's the people who find this in the future. It's the people who don't even do this exact same meditation as us, but do the exact same intention and energetic flow, and that combination and the meeting of these massive ancient structures. All those people, there are so many of them, and we see this energy filling this entire plane, just like the etheric fills all of the structure above us, and just like that telluric fills all the structure below us. We help combine them and shoot them out from our heart towards each other to fill an entire space between. And we see that structure glowing and meeting and exploding further and hypercharging and shooting and just everywhere. And we follow it around the entire surface of the planet. And we see that this structure is good and true and beautiful, just like the energies above and below, just like all the intentions of abundance and goodness that true humanity and our true soul is creating always. It's unstoppable. It's unbreakable. It is ancient. It is eternal. We are one with that goodness. We have stepped into that reality. And we see all these energies in line to create exactly that beauty, exactly that abundance, where water spurts forth from the earth, unbounded forever, where trees and plants and food grows, unbounded forever, where animals and life expresses beingness in abundance forever. Take a deep breath into that vision. See that everything in it truly exists. See it just rolling and unfurling through each mind, soul, heart, and body of every being that is in line with this energy. Magnifies. And see that all of these structures, the purpose of them, the etheric above, the plasmatic telluric below, and this that we're manifesting in balance here in the middle, all of these structures rely on connection to each other and to everything for these energies to flow. We know that strength is in that connection. Breathe deep into your belly and feel that balance in your heart that you've created and magnified. Feel it swirling and twirling like all energy does. here in your central channel, here in your toroidal field. And know that you have this always. You can connect to this always. You are connected to this always. And you have been always. Give some gratitude and some love to that truth. Give some gratitude and some love to all the people who you are connected with, all the energies that you connected with and are connected with. Give some love and some gratitude to yourself for being such a badass and so present with this and creating so much goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Breathe one more time into all that beauty. Feel it coming through your heart and into the world. And you can open your eyes if they were closed, or come back. However you come back. Really, you're not coming back. You were here all along. That's the beauty of it. You used that ultimate presence to hypercharge this beautiful explosion of energy. That was a really, really deep one. I never, ever fail to appreciate how really, truly beautiful these exercises are that I'm given to give and share with everybody else, and that I'm channeling into the world. And I am always just in such deep gratitude of that. That's such an amazing gift that we all get to share here. And it's because of you that this is happening, right? I wouldn't be doing this in a void. We're doing this because we're in connection, just like we experience in that meditation. These structures of connection are literally everything, and they're very integral to these master numbers. The idea of larger connection to many, many nodes. And so that's part of why I think that was the visual and meditation I was given to share with you. And that makes a lot of sense to me, but it's also very important now more than ever. You know, we always want to bring it back to the personal, our personal heart, our personal soul, our personal choices. These are the only things we can control. And that's where we find our true power. And that's where we start to transform all of ourselves and all of the world. But these connections, where we can make them and where we can strengthen those structures of connection, those are the way we win the world too. So don't ever underestimate that, and always be looking where you can connect healthily with others. Always we can say that it's good to have boundaries for those who don't deserve your energy and connection. Like, the other structures of the universe have got their back. They don't need you. So, you know, don't feel like you have to connect with everything, but definitely where you can enjoy and goodness and truth and beauty, connect with others, like do it every chance you get, because this is truly, truly the power. So thank you all for being here and doing this meditation. I was sharing, to no one, because it wasn't actually transmitting earlier after the other meditation that got cut off. I'm so glad that this one got through. But I was sharing that tonight is Mitch, the orgone donor, and he is super, super awesome guy. I make orgone, but my orgone I make is... I've never intended or created it or measured its EMF effects, right? But Mitch has and does, and Mitch is going to talk about how we can use orgone to do tower busting and cloud busting and chemtrail busting. So this is like the true work of this time. If you're called to do something for the world, I feel like this is it. This is what you can control, right? You can make orgone. You can get orgone from people who already make it, and you can go plant it at towers or near towers or just in your yard or whatever. And so my pieces are smaller, and they're meant for personal energetic field enhancement. His pieces are huge and massive and meant for those types of things. And I am excited to say that I'm going to learn from him how to make those same pieces, which I would show you now, but I want to save it for the show and talk about on the show. And so we're going to learn how to make it, how to do it, and, what it does and why it does it, and just learn how we can start to take back our physical world with some of these beautiful things. So that's tonight. 7 p.m. Mountain, 9 p.m. Eastern, here on this channel and on Rockfin. Of course, I hope you go to Rockfin instead of here, but I will see you on either. And until then, travel well, aim for balance, and always look inside first. Mwah.
Man, they at it again. And I'm out to tell the truth once more. That's right. It's on the cracking, unknown in the house. APOGZ, that's right. Hitting the stereo near you. Truth is the best thing. And it's on. Yo, I once thought that I wanted to get Denver on track, but there's something more bigger than that. Something lurking, waiting to blow this state right off the map. A hidden agenda related to September. Doves carved up on the wall next to the highway. Up in the concrete while rolling home next to where I stay. With state's destruction, Lockheed Martin malfunction. While NORAD's in a mountain anticipating our next move. My heart's jumping and I'm like, fuck waiting. While crooked taxes are burning a hole in my pocket. With $1 bill in the pyramid that's watching. Instead of having a capstone on top of it, they have an eye with a fast surprise while you're flossing it. Greedy niggas jocking it, politics plotting it. So who you vote for really doesn't mean shit. So save your energy from being drained by the enemy. Skull and bones of Freemasonry, envisioning dreams of them chasing me. Skull and bones of Freemasonry, envisioning dreams of them chasing me. Skull and bones of Freemasonry, secret agencies with a plan to dominate all of man. Check the records of DIA, strange murals and paintings similar to the ones next to the highway. With pyramids and flames underneath them looking like they're about to fly away. I can't be tripping, but it sounds like I'm on acid. Most people slipping, taken below DIA, held captive in the near future, where they won't hesitate to reinstate new laws for a bigger cause. I'm talking about established civilian concentration camps, introducing the military's labor programs. Expand your mind just a little bit, forget the little shit before you witness the belittlement of your people. Expand your mind just a little bit, forget the little shit before you witness the belittlement of your people.
Feds ain't stretching the truth, the script that he's spitting is true. Pay attention to what's going on or it might happen to you. When it's happening too, cellular communication monitor, behavior studied and controlled through chemicals bombing the nerve. This word of Jesus ain't got anything to do with the religious cynic, where experiments cage and lace in terms of accepting limits. Things that can't explain in the sky when I'm in the Rockies. Chakra systems limited due to the voltage overhead pop. Mind control victims, slap clips and machine guns for recess. FCC will help us speak less, manipulate us through weak feel right nonfiction with the CIA trying to kill me filthy. Talking about the underground facility at DIA, no one feel that place laced with hints. Notice whenever I return home, lack some references in a new world Masonic capstone. Employ an Area 51 workers to build, and I don't mean to rant. In the face of an emergency, it doubles as a FEMA camp. Thought and reaction solution trickery repeated through history. NORAD's listening in using technology, tracking where you piss. I'm not paranoid or just facing the fact. Better watch what you say, it's another day under the Patriot Act.
Extend your mind just a little bit, forget the little shit before you witness a little bit of your people. Extend your mind just a little bit, forget the little shit before you witness a little bit of your people.
The idea is to bring people to the point where they are helpless, passive, and unable to assert their own creative power to form anything else. Success for people like this is measured in terms of money, which they then translate into power.
Corruption and violations of the Constitution. Secret societies, the push for one world government. I'd like to get corruption and violations of the Constitution.
The idea is to bring people to the point where they are helpless, passive, and unable to assert their own creative power to form anything else.